Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to create a landing page or a lead capture page, whichever one you want to utilize it for. This video I've tried to make it like so many different times and there's a lot of like different logistics that go into it and kind of different options, and what your goal is can kind of affect that. So it's going to be a longer video and I'm sorry that I'm going to ramble. I just want to try to explore every option that you guys have and kind of explain the difference between each functionality basically. So there's different ways you can utilize them. I know Stephanie did an awesome lead capture page. She did kind of like an enter to win, and it was a restaurant gift card for Valentine's Day, and she posted that her landing page on Facebook. And sorry, Stephanie, I'm bragging about you because I thought it was awesome. We set this up in the Boston Logic workshop and it did really well. She did all the Facebook stuff and it went well. So again, if you guys need help one-on-one doing this, come to the Boston Logic workshops. We can set this up depending on what you need it for. But this is, I mean, again, if you want to, not saying that it's not good to learn how to do this yourself. So here we go. Like I said, there's kind of different ways to do it. I'm going to show you a few, trying just to get it out there of like what the different ones are. So when you want to create a page, there are from the get-go, two different options of creating a CMS page or creating a landing page. The difference being basically just the look of it. So the CMS page is going to look exactly like your website, like all the other pages. So this one that I set up for our relocation guide, which you should have on your website, but I created this as a CMS page and it has the form that people can fill out, but it looks like the rest of our site. Like it looks like it's coming from our website. Then you have a CMS page, or a landing page, sorry. This was the CMS landing page, looks like this. And this was a test one that I made using Eve Marie's Boise Guest House, which thank you. But, so it looks different, obviously, right? I don't really know. It's totally up to you which one you want to utilize. I don't mind either of them. I think it's kind of weird that they don't look the same. I know that Boston Logic is making changes to kind of like keep the flow of the website. So it's just kind of weird. But there's no like harm in whichever one you use. It's still going to perform the exact same function. They just look different. So there is also a difference in creating a lead capture, a Boston Logic lead capture, basically to where the questions that they're asking them, it's programmed into Boston Logic to automatically add them into a lead, like as a lead. So both of these are not lead captures. They are requiring the information, which is great, and you'll be able to access that information, but you would have to manually go in and add them as a lead. You would have to do that manually. The way of turning the lead capture on to where Boston Logic handles that for you is it's integrated into their website. The one kind of hang up that I have about it is when they fill out the questions that Boston Logic asks them to create a lead, it will automatically send them an email saying, "Thank you so much for signing up for my website. Here is your login information." Which, if you don't mind that people are getting that email confirmation and getting like, oh, like they know that they're signed up on your website, then that's totally fine. Then leave the lead capture on. It just takes one more step off of your plate. But if you don't want them knowing that they basically have an account on your website, I would turn that off. So this is one of the test ones that I'm just going to show you the difference. So I created basically a form. I'll get more into it, but I created a form that has that lead capture integrated. Okay. But it's weird because, you're only seeing these two questions and you're like, well, where's the other information? Because I am logged in, I don't get to view the lead capture part, right? Because I'm already a lead. I'm already in the system. So this is all I'm going to be able to see. Say I wasn't a lead and I'm a brand new person accessing this website. This is what a new person would see. Okay, so the exact same form, but you'll notice this is being pulled from Boston Logic as a lead capture. So there's not really much of a difference, except this is what's going to be shown differently. So you wouldn't have to basically like manually add name, email, whatever, because that's already going to pull from you, or for you. That's kind of the difference. And this, once I filled out this information, this is what would basically send me the information saying, oh, you've been signed up as a lead. So it's up to you. I hope that's not super confusing. I was trying to explain it as simply as I possibly could. I recommend if you're doing it, if it's something that, again, you don't mind them getting the email that they signed up for your website, just leave this on. It takes the hassle of you having to add them in one by one. But if you are really like, you're like, I do not want them knowing that, create a form just like this. They're just form questions and you will go in and add them. And I can show you how to do that as well. So after all of that explained, to start this process, we're going to go content and we're going to create the dynamic form first. I am going to use the one that I just created like as a test because I have so many different test ones in here. I can't even, okay, so this was the one. So you're going to hit create new form is what you are going to do. I am going to go here and edit. It's going to lead me to the same page. Don't worry, I didn't lose anyone. So this is what you're going to get. All this is going to be blank. Your name. My lead capture form. That is what's going to pull here. Submit button. You can change this to say whatever you want. That's what this is. Button color. By default, it's set to the super light gray, which I don't know if you're like me, but with the light gray, I got confused. Like I hit submit, like I updated everything. And you know when you're like trying to hit submit on something, but it's like grayed out and you can't click it? That's what that reminds me of. So I don't want to confuse anyone. So I changed it to like a darker color so that it actually looked like a button you could submit. That might just be me being weird. Email address. So this is the email that you want to put. This is your email, basically. This is what you're going to get the notification that someone filled this out. I would leave it here. You can also have the option to not be notified, but put your email address here. Marketing list. If you want to put them on any type of basically organization, this is where you're going to do it. So if you create a list and specifically you want this list, like again, say you did this for specifically targeting relocating people, you could go in and create a list and call that potential relocating users or whatever. And everyone that submits this form is going to be added to that list. So you could do that here. The leads will it'll only show your name here, but that's where you'll want to assign those to you. This is what I'm talking about, the lead capture part. If you uncheck this, you'll just need to manually go in and add these. So it is not going to automatically add them as a lead. You will need to do that. If you check this on, that is when you're going to get the form that it does it for you. So I hope that makes sense. Active, leave it active. Email submissions. You can turn this off if you do not want to be notified every time someone emails or someone submits it. It's up to you. This display to logged in users is only applicable if you have this lead capture thing on. So kind of like how I was saying, I don't see that first, last, whatever. It's because I am logged in. So I'm not going to see that. So, but it's basically saying, do you want to display this form to people that are actively logged in? And yes, I want to display it to people that are logged in because they still get the opportunity to fill this out. Send email confirmation to submitter. That will basically send like, thank you so much for submitting this form. It's not necessarily or necessary, but go for it if you want to. Form instructions. Thank you so much for submitting your info. That's what happens once you submit this. So there you go. So whatever you want to say, or you can put a link, something, whatever you want. Form fields. This is where you get to put all your questions. So let's go back. These ones are drop downs. So are you interested in relocating? We have yes, blah, 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 these options. As you can see, I chose the select option, which gives me, this is the field label of are you interested? And then the options. So you can add as many as you want. You can also rearrange them by just dragging them around. Same thing with the questions. So for first, last, basically just any field that just has one line, you are going to use text fields. If you want like a huge box that's kind of like, hey, can you tell me more about yourself? You would do text area, and that's just kind of a bigger field. There's time select, date select, anything. I mean, anything that's applicable. If you need them to upload a file, which I don't suggest, I don't know why you would need that, but there you go. Those are all your options. Once you're done, you're going to hit update, or it'll probably for you say create. So that's that. So now we have our form, we're good to go. That form is not going to be accessible to anyone because it's not on a page yet. So that form is just created and it's sitting in the back end ready to go, but we need to put it on a page. So content, pages. This is where you're going to choose. Which kind of look do you want? Do you want this landing page? Do you want the CMS page? It's up to you. I'm going to do, or you're going to hit create whichever one you want. But again, I'm going to go back to the one that I already created, which actually let's use, no, where did I have it as? Enter to win. Landing maybe, test page. This is Eve Marie's, I believe. Yes. So so this part is the dynamic form, but then the rest of this is the page information. So you're going to hit create new. Here's your page name, whatever you want. The header was enter to win. I didn't upload a background image. I put images in here. If you upload a background image, it is going to take up this entire page, which isn't a bad thing. But like if you've got a super dark image, you're not gonna be able to read most of this. So it's up to you. And then right here, you're gonna do your path. So just call it whatever you want to call it. And you're gonna do a backslash. So this is gonna be, so say your website is, whose can I think of? Susan's, boisere.com / and whatever you want to call this. You can call it enter to win. You could call it 2018 giveaway, whatever. That's where that is. And as you'll notice here, landing page. And then the form. So remember we created that form and it was good to go. You're just going to pick it from here. So that was the form we created, but right now I have the form for Eve Marie's. So if you wanted to just have that form on a page, you would be good to go. That's all you have to do, and you would hit create. But if you want to add some more stuff, like some more, like obviously pictures, and I'm sorry, actually this whole part is the dynamic form. It's just this. So this was like the description on the dynamic form. This was just part of the page. So all I did was add some pictures in here and hit create. And that's the page. So that's how you're going to create. I hope that makes sense, at least kind of gives you a jumping off point of, okay, I can create this. There are going to be probably questions that you have. Feel free to ask them. I'm sorry this video is so long. I was trying to explain as best I could the difference in the, yeah. So let me know if you have any questions.